Hello, everybody. I think we are live. YouTube is saying we are. So, hello. Happy weekend to you. Hope you're having a great weekend full of amazing moments, as per usual. So, hello, everybody. Hey, shout out to some of my YouTube channel members. We got Sean G. Hello. Holly. Hello. And everyone else. Good to see you. So, before we get started, I saw a great video yesterday, which here this is they just posted in here too. It's from a group called Heart Coherence Collaborative. They've got a YouTube channel, and they have a lot of great guests on there. They had Sarah Landon, who channels like a council, and they had some great messages, especially for all they asked, like, with all the chaos going on in the world, what do you recommend? Help! And they had some great awarenesses and stuff that came through. So if you feel that resonates, you can check that out. It's a great group of people. And one of the things that Sarah mentioned in the video is something that helps us kind of ground ourselves is saying something like, I remember who I am, or which I like. It's something along those lines. And so as we start off today, if we'll take 3 big deep breaths, and each time we take a breath in, you can say out loud to yourself or inside, I remember who I am. And then we'll grab the singing bowl and raise our love vibration too. So, excuse me, here we go. So, 3 big deep breaths, and I remember who I am, right? So, breath 1. Deep breath 2. And deep breath 3. Beautiful. We'll also hit the singing bowl 3 times. And as we hit the singing bowl, just imagine that vibration, that higher love vibration, that energy, that essence of the Creator. It falls down into our hearts, our bodies, our minds, our lives, fills us up, and then flows out to the world to activate and spark anyone or anything that's ready to vibrate at a higher energy. Right? So here we go. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me in doing that. All right. We'll put her back on her perch. So hello, everybody. So welcome back, all of my regular friends and family, all of you beautiful souls. If you're new to my channel or new to these readings, welcome. We do have a great group of people with huge hearts, great senses of humor, which we definitely can use in this human world, and especially on this channel. We love to laugh. We love to spirit when they come through. They're giddy a lot of times because they're from a place of unconditional love. So welcome, welcome, welcome. You do your best, Holly. Very good. That's the journey of the human, right? We do our best in each moment with the energy we have and the information we have. So I like that. So how the readings work, I do go down for the free readings. You just put your I'm all discombobulated. So how the readings work, let's start there. Free readings, I just go down first come first serve down the chat. There's no special list. The chat is it. You just put your question out there, and then if you don't want to put your business out there, you can ask for a general reading and we'll pull cards, usually free readings, 1 to 2 cards, and we'll see what spirit brings through for you. If anyone makes a donation, I do honor that energy exchange. It's how I make my living. And so I prioritize those readings, step out of those free readings, dive deeper, meaning I pull more cards for those as well. And then when I'm done, I return back to the free readings. Also, you'll notice any of my YouTube channel members, their names are in green with a little badge. They get second priority after donations. So we'll do their free readings next. And then I move on to free readings for everyone else. If I don't get to the free readings in like the 2 hours that I'm on, you can keep trying. I'm on Friday nights, Saturday nights, of course, Saturday mornings, but on Sunday afternoons and my Sunday morning, it's like 11 a.m. Mountain Time. On Sundays, I do something special. If you've been trying to get a free reading on Friday and Saturday and I'm not able to get to you, on Sundays, whoever puts questions in there, I make sure to get answers to that. Usually I will step away, just spend like an hour with my Praying Mantis members, and then I'll eat and I'll come back on and I'll make sure there's messages that are given for anyone that asks questions in the Sunday morning session. So if you've been trying, make sure to come back on Sundays. We'll make sure to get a message from Spirit for you. And if you're interested, I do have my YouTube channel memberships. We've got our what is it? Zen Cricket at $2.99 a month, and my Praying Mantis at $7.99 a month. In addition to being prioritized in these live sessions, which I always make sure to complete all of my donations and my YouTube channel members in each session. It's just the non ones and the free ones that I only do on Sundays. And in addition to that, on Wednesdays, all of my YouTube channel members, we have a 2-hour session from 6 to 8 p.m. Mountain Time. And then Praying Mantis members get everything the Zen Cricket do, plus Thursdays, a 2-hour session. And then on Friday and Saturday nights after my sessions and Sunday, I have an hour with my Praying Mantis members too. So if you're interested, the link's down yonder, down below. All right, enough of the blah, blah, blah. Let's get started. See what Spirit has to say. Sorry, my allergies evidently are acting up. So sorry, I'm clearing my throat here. So we're going to be using this beautiful deck, the Storyteller's deck today. And that is where we will start. So let's shuffle these up here. Now I do have a donation via Z PayPal. Will be up first. So Maria, you will be up first. And then we will jump in. We got Great Quartz, Holly, Patty, Queen Bee, and circling back to Holly. And then Moonlight just popped in. So, Moonlight, you'll be up after that. All right. So, let us jump in. So, Maria, thank you so much for your donation and for the weekend edition of the Days of Our Lives. So, let's take a look here and start with what are Walter's feelings and thoughts towards you? So, feelings and thoughts. Okay. And then what's he up to this weekend? What does Spirit want you to know? Okay. That and those. Make some more space here. There we go. So sorry, it'll clear up here in a minute. I thought I was have talked enough this morning, but evidently I'm vibrating more clearage. That's how you say that. All right. And then what are his thoughts when you message and say the same things at the same time, right? Okay, that's one there. And then he said he cares about you. What are his thoughts on him saying that to you? All right. Okay. And then they want this one too. There's the obvious, and then there's the hidden, evidently. All right. All right. So let's jump in here. So, Maria, what are his feelings towards you right now? All right, very good. So, we got the Six of Coins, the Six of Pentacles coming in here, and the Star card. So, I like this equal giving and receiving, feeling like they're on the same foot here. And the Star card, that I think we got that one of the other readings, but I think that had to do with your first date. But this is like they see you as like, wow, this is like a hope that it is as it appears to them, that it's an equal giving and receiving type of friendship relationship that you have. And it just seems reciprocal, where they don't feel like they're over giving or over receiving, and it's like it's mutual. It feels like finding someone who's on equal footing, which I like. Their thoughts towards you right now, which, okay, they do have thoughts. All right, so they have the Knight of Hearts, so there is movement of heart that's coming in here, but we also have the Ace of Spikes and the Knight of Spikes. So there is movement of thought and belief and mindset and clarity. I feel coming in here around them allowing movement of emotion, and we've been feeling that for a while. Them moving beyond these old thoughts and beliefs and mindsets, right? Of their brain holding on to their heart. It's like they're allowing a little more leash on their heart coming in here as clarity comes in and as they see things from a higher perspective, and they're allowing um, a change of mindset, a positive change of mindset. You know how you meet someone and you just put everybody in the same bucket because you kind of have everybody you've met in your life that you've dated or were interested in ended up kind of all falling in the same bucket. And you're like, oh, well, there they are, I guess this. And we just automatically start out of habit putting people in the same bucket until they prove us differently. And like, ooh, that doesn't belong in that container. I'm taking them out of that. And that's what I kind of feel is coming in, is this movement out of that. What is he up to this weekend? Well, a lot of clarity. Page of spikes is Page of Swords. So new communication, new movement, new openings. Um, a lot of clarity is coming in for him here. Let's see what this is. Okay, yeah. So the Knight of Coins, the Knight of Pentacles, the slowest moving knight out of them all, but the Tower coming in, which is sudden movement and like a spark, light. Usually the Tower has a lightning bolt hitting. So something that's been taking its good old time happening. There seems to be some removal of things, some ignition of something burning down. We'll see here if they talk anything about here about moving, but I just feel like there's more destruction of the relationship with their ex and sorting and clearing and decision making. And that makes sense with the Page of Spikes too, the Page of Swords, decisions being made, clarity coming in. So I like that. So it feels like they're sorting, clearing, planning, you know, dealing with the ex, who gets the dog? No, I'm just kidding. I don't know if they have a dog, but you know what I'm saying. Who gets that? Who gets this? Well, you came in with that, so you get that. I came in with this, I get this. But the stuff that we bought together, I'll make you a deal. You can have that if I can have that. Blah blah blah. There's like the sorting hat of like Harry Potter. they're sorting through stuff. All right, that's what I'm seeing in my head. Okay. And then what are his thoughts when you guys like message things at the same time? Yeah. Yeah. It's funny. I was thinking that like great minds think alike. Two of spikes, two of thoughts. It's like we're in alignment with thoughts and thinking. So I like that. Boom, boom, boom. So I really like that kind of energy that's coming in there. So excuse me. So great minds think alike. Yeah, we're of the same mind, kind of energy, which goes back to like that six of coins. We're on the same giving and receiving, and hey, we even think alike, and it cracks them up. But it also reinforces them going, yeah, we get each other. So I like that. And then he said he cares about you. What are his thoughts on him saying that to you? Yeah, the moon, the hit this, sharing of emotion. I feel like there's, moon energy, and I wonder what sign they are because I feel like they're really impacted by the moon. And if you follow the moon cycles, like we're getting ready to move into an Aries full moon next week, and I think it's even a super moon if I remember, but it's like there's a lot of fire, action, energy, but I feel like they're really impacted by the moon. You know how every 2 to 3 days it goes into a different element, a different sign. So you might see that in them too, because I feel like that's something that you guys have in common too, because we start off with fire and then we go into um what do we go into? Earth, right? And then air, and then in water and fire, earth, air, water, fire, earth, air, water. So every 2 to 3 days, all of and any of us in here, if you recognize you feel like you're schizophrenic and your emotions are all over the place, every 2 to 3 days you feel a emotional change, pay really close attention to the what zodiac sign and element the moon is in, because it does change us. And so I feel like that, they feel like this need to express it with this fire. But if they feel grounded and then they kind of calm down, because we start off with fire, fire, action, passion, you know, that fire under our butt energy, and then we go into a grounded energy of the earth energy, and then we go into our heads and our thinking, and then we go into our emotions, and then fire, and then earth. And so it's like this up and down kind of thing coming in, right? Holly, the Talking to the Moon by Bruno Mars just started playing in your head. There you go. I like that. And then below the surface, yeah, they see themselves here, the King of Coins, which is a very earthy energy, but behind the scenes, the King of Coins has swords energy. And then the Queen of Swords has swords energy up front, but behind the scenes, she has water. So you have this commonality of mindset between the two. And I kind of feel like this is what they see below the scenes here, that they see you as someone very compatible. Queen of Spikes, Queen of Swords, she's a balance between head and heart, is one of my cards of compatibility. And I just feel like they say they care about you and they can see that, you know, they could see you guys together, but they're again don't want to just jump from one relationship into another, but they also don't want you to get into a relationship with someone else. So they want to share that they care about you, but they understand, that's a lot to ask someone, but underneath the surface, they wish they could just tell you, I could see us. We're different enough, but we have a lot in common that it could be fun, and they can see that compatibility, right? And then let's get your fortune cookie here, the Akashic Truth Oracle. What else does Spirit want you to know about them here? Yeah, and we've talked about pausing and taking it slow. You're being asked to pause before making a quick decision and moving forward. Allow yourself to step back, look at all the possible outcomes, and make sure you're heading in the right direction before moving forward. It is the right direction for you, but they're just saying, this is all exciting and great, but slow your jets. Slow down. Whoa, Nelly, allow things to slowly unfold. Don't leap into something like you would have before, that energy of the, oh, I want it. Let's go. It's like, no, allow the slowness, allow the removal, let them get out of the situation they're in, allow them time to process that and move forward. Kind of feel like they're reminding me of my first ex where, I found that they were probably cheating on me 6 months after we were together, but it was my first relationship, and I thought, "Well, but it's you're supposed to be with them forever." Bleh. But, so for 2.5 years, I tried to regain trust and everything, but pretty much after the first year, my heart was leaving the relationship, but by the time it ended at 3 years, I was already had worked through everything. They hadn't started yet. So, when that relationship ended, I was ready for another one, and I kind of feel like they're along that, they've been kind of drifting away for a while, so it's kind of like it's ended already, but they just been in each other's orbit for a while, but still allow them time for processing, okay? Alright, so that is what they have for you, Maria, so thank you again for your donation, and alright. Let me move that out of the way, and then we will start with the donations in the chat. So, up first, we have Great Court. So, thank you so much for your donation. Let's give that a love and a like. And this is actually your first super on a live stream. So, I am honored. Thank you so much for that and for that donation. And you want to know, what does Spirit want you to know about life right now? You're feeling a great energy coming towards you. All right, let's take a look here. Yeah, there's a lot of energy in the world as it is. So we'll see how it specifically is headed your way here. What do they want you to know? Yeah, bottom of the deck, you got the Page of Coins, Page of Pentacles, which is about new opportunities and growth happening in your outside world. And it can have a bit to do as well with um, the way you look at your worth in relationship to the outside world too. It's like an upgrade, it's number 11. So it's like a step up and going into a whole different level of your outside world. And I like that. And then you got 2 cards and 4 cards. So 24, if that has any significance to you. But yeah, you have the Knight of Coins, Knight of Pentacles, slowest moving knight out of them all. So there's been this movement and this pursuit of looking at your worth in relationship to the outside world that's been going on for a while. And with the Nine of Scepters, the Nine of Wands, this has to do with perseverance on one side of all this, that you've been, keep going, keep going, keep doing the things. There progress is being made, even though sometimes it doesn't feel like it. There was I think it's Mike Dooley. He's a hilarious uh individual. It's like he says that, like, when we take one step towards spirit, it takes 10,000 steps towards us 10,000. We just don't see those steps because those are in the spirit world. But so we can feel like I'm taking these steps, but nothing's happening, but we don't see all of these other things that are happening. And I feel like that's an important, um, message for you to know that there's a lot going on behind the scenes, tons of stuff that is going to start coming to fruition. And this Nine of Wands is like it might feel like you've been hitting your head up against a wall for a while, but this is about to open up, and then you're going to go, oh my gosh, here is what's been being worked on my behalf behind the scenes. And then it's really opening up. And I feel like that's what's coming towards you here. It's like this great amount of abundance in different your spiritual energy, your emotional energy, your mental energy, your physical energy. A lot of stuff coming in here. Let's see what we have here. Yeah. So you have Vice, which this is normally the devil card. But there is this removal of old ways of thinking. And I feel like this is the cage that you have been feeling in, Capricorn, um, Saturn energy, which is the work, right? And this is where I feel like you've been like busting away at, filing away at these bars that you have been caged in your heart, and we've got all that kind of stuff. And there's this great like it's like not working, and or you've been digging a hole out of a prison for a while, and you're like, am I ever going to break the surface? And then all of a sudden it caves in, and there's the opening and the freedom that comes. And I feel like that's what's headed towards you, is a great amount of freedom. Yeah. And even with the Eight of Spikes coming in here, Eight of Swords, which is becoming aware of the thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that have made you feel blinded and bound and trapped. This is a lot of the same energy, but with the Vice card, the Devil card coming in, the Shadow, it is a huge, significant transformation. There's huge freedom that comes in, freedom from mindsets and clarity coming in with all of that. Yeah, and you have the Six of Hearts, the Six of Cups coming in. This does speak of, past life connections. And let me see what this other card is. Yeah, again, this is letting go of a lot of old nine of, the Nine of Swords, Nine of Spikes in this particular deck. Here's all this release of all small t truths regarding regarding love and regarding life. It just hits every area, especially when you get the Devil card. It's just the shaking and the rattling of your cage of long held beliefs that you've had your entire life, that you're now ready to release. And even from past lives, some things that you're transforming. But I like the Six of Hearts, the Six of Cups, because this is like the fountain of life. And it does feel like, again, going to a whole new level of freedom, of release that's coming in here for you. So I like that. The Six of Cups can mean that you're ready too. You've been letting go of a lot of beliefs around what love should be, supposed to be, need to be, blah, 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 right? And an adventure. And I feel like you'll know who this person is because you also have past life connections with them. I usually say, when this faded connection, especially with someone that we've had so many connections with in the past, we'll know who it is. It's not going to be any doubt. They glow in the dark and have a rainbow shooting out of their butt, is what I usually say. It's like, well, there they are, because it's so obvious. It's, the energy that attracts and draws you guys together. So I like this freedom of mind and heart and life. It just feels like an opening. And then this is when you're prepared to, meet them as well. Yeah, letting go of shame, any shame from the past. It says you've carried this burden far too long. Here's the burden. A lot of this shame, you were shamed growing up about you didn't do it right, blah 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 blah, right? which is why there was such strong bars to keep you from feeling that because it hurt so much, right? And it's time to release the guilt you've placed on yourself and start a new chapter in your life. Set a new goal and begin taking action toward happiness. Boom. Yep. So continue to do what you've been doing. And I feel like this energy that's coming your way is this freedom. So I like it. Boom, boom, boom. And it's you releasing. One of the things I love about forgiveness is it's for us, right? The resentment or the feelings that we hold out of fear, because I don't want that to happen to me again, is ours. And it's like, I love how they say forgiveness is choosing to no longer be a vessel of pain because of someone else's actions or non-actions, words or silence, and that I pour that out. I pour out my wrath. I pour out those emotions and I let it transform and I become a vessel then, an open, empty vessel for love to flow in. And that's an important thing with all of that. So I like that. Right. So that's what they got for you, great chords. Many blessings to you. Thank you again for your donation. Hey, Nelia. Shout out to one of my YouTube channel members. Good to see you. All right. And then Holly. So we move to Holly's first one here. And you like a love reading. All right. So let's give you some love and a like there. All right. So we will start there. And then we have Patty, Queen Bee, Holly, Moonlight, Holly, and then Nelia, I believe. Let me just make sure here, just to let everyone know where we're at on the donations. You're full of questions today. Hey, it's a great time in our lives. All this eclipse energy with endings and beginnings. We're kind of at a lot of crossroads. So I understand that for sure. So let's see. What does Spirit want you to know about love right now? Okay, that one and that one. That one. Then they want this, just that one. And has to be in that order. Okay. All right, let's see what we got going on here. Okay. So when we start with the bottom of the deck being the Page of Hearts, well, heightened love headed your way. So we like that, right? And then also underneath that, we have the 10 of Pentacles, which is about relationships and fullness of life in the outside world too. So I do like that energy here, flowing beneath the surface, which says, yeah, you've been working on upgrading your heart. You've been focusing on your self-love and your self-worth. And because you've been raising your love vibration, that's what's been drawing them in. So let's see the status here of what's happening. So, yeah. 9 of Hearts, dreams come true, wishes come true here. And with the Page of Scepters, which is the Page of Wands. So new movement, new passion that's coming in here too. So again, upgrades that are happening in energetic attraction and, you know, this dream come true, this wish come true. I feel like you've transformed a bit in that too, around what you thought you wanted before, but as you found self-love, it's like they're like reminding me a big thing like a decade or even more ago was especially when I was in Christianity, it was like, make a list of all the stuff that you want and give it to God, and this is who you want. And it's like, ordering a pizza, it's like, it never really sat well with me, because I can ask, the creator, I'm like, I trust you. Do I trust my human side? Absolutely not. It has been raised on lies and small t truths rooted in fear, and we're oblivious as humans. There was a video I was watching, I think it was the Mike Dooley video I was talking about earlier. They're like, "So I've heard that, we think we're, the most intelligent species in all of the universe," and they were joking because they had channels, people that channel big councils and different things and different entities, and they're like, "Well, we're actually kind of on the lower third as humans, right?" Because humans are we're when you look at all the decisions we make and how we get all, when we go into fight or flight mode, we actually act like children. They're like, "Yeah, we're not the most intelligent species." And so that's like, well, I trust you, spirit. I don't trust my human side. I trust creator, that you'll bring the perfect person in the perfect way in the perfect timing, right? That's the other thing too. You're making people's pizzas. That's funny. So there you go. Boom. So it's like, yeah, you know what? I'm going to trust that, they're going to bring me what's the special? This dream come true has transformed is, what we're getting down to. And that as you find the love you're looking for on the inside, you don't need as much from the outside world, and then the list becomes smaller or non-existent, and you're like, "I'm ready for the adventure of whoever it will be," and discover who they are. Because we move from having so many expectations on that person to none, because I don't need them for anything. I found everything I need inside of me, so they can't fall short, they can't I won't experience lack. When I'm full on the inside, I experience abundance. They're above and beyond extra. So I like that you've been transforming this and there's a new, it's I don't need to their love to feel fulfilled, but I'll appreciate their passion and their energy for life and the attraction and the adventures we'll have. But whether they're in my life or not, I'm not going to be less of a person. It's just going to be different adventures. So I like that where that's headed here. Yeah. Here's the letting go of the expectations with the Three of Swords that we were talking about. All that's supposed to be, should be, need to be, have to be, must be, the story of heartbreak that comes with the Three of Swords. We're taught, again, that's a human lie. Oh, I can be heartbroken. And when spirit told me that at first, I'm like, I've experienced heartbreak. What do you mean it doesn't exist? I'm like, well, let's analyze your heartbreak. And you know like that song, "The First Cut is the Deepest." It's like, "But I remember when my heart felt like it was, and they were like, "But think about, like, when I have an older brother, it's my only other sibling, and we used to scare each other, like, he would go take a shower, and I'd sneak into his room, turn off the lights, and hide in his closet, and then grab his leg, and he would do stuff as well. Go, remember when he would scare the crap out of you? And I'm like, yeah. And he goes, that was the prick in the heart. And it's fear. That's what heartbreak is. It's the beginning of fear when we go into fight or flight mode. And when I realized it was my crazy brother, the fear would flow away very quickly because I'm like, I don't need to be scared of, of him. Or maybe I should, but no. But the suddenness, the scare was gone. But emotional monsters are different, and that's when we have this belief that they shouldn't cheat on me, and then they did, and then I had a heartbreak of like, oh no, that means this, and then the heart just loops it because it doesn't resolve it. It thinks it needs to be scared that it's not going to find love again, that it's not good enough, it's a failure, it's less than all those stories we put to whatever these emotional monsters are. And that's what this is. This is the emotional monster that's bringing that feeling of fear. But when we go to sleep, it stops. When we get distracted, it stops until we remember, "Oh, wait a minute, that's right. I'm less than, and remember what they did," and then whoop, that feeling returns. But it's the looping fear that is what heartbreak is. And so there's this great awareness that I can't, you know, um, be heartbroken. I can just have fear about not being lovable. And because we don't immediately usually resolve that, that's why heartbreak loops. Because if we could immediately go, oh, this is the fear of that, and we release it, then it would stop right away. But emotional monsters, we haven't been taught how to slay those at an earlier age. And then that's why we experience heartbreak until we learn to go, oh, this is mine. This isn't real. This is a story that is igniting emotion. So let me step back, breathe deeply, let me step out of my fear, let me look at this fear and then see it for the lie that it is. Because other people's actions don't mean I'm unlovable, just means something's going on over there. Their actions are about them, not about me. My actions are about me, and I can look at that. So I like that. Yeah. And we do come down here, to your point, Holly, very good about we come down here to experience what heartbreak might feel like, to experience the lower, vibration, and so that we can understand who we really are by experiencing what we're not. And so we experience it. So, but it's not real. It's what it might feel like, because our heart is so powerful, it can never be broken. And we really have nothing to fear, but we pretend, ooh, we're going into a haunted house, called Earth. So I like that. Yeah. 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 We can only give love to the extent we love ourselves and receive love to the extent we love ourselves. We can never give something we don't have already inside of us, but we're taught, look out here for it, right? Let's see what else we have here too. Yeah, we have the Emperor. So here's that Aries energy, and along with these, next to these expectations, the Emperor has a lot of advisors telling them how things are supposed to be and should be, need to be, and have to be, and must be. But I like the Emperor when the energy kicks in, because it's, thank you, everyone. Clear the throne room. I'm making decisions for my empire. I'm making plans and putting energy behind it. And there is this kind of cleansing and stability that comes in when we realize I don't have to listen to everyone else's stories. We grew up. That means that, right? The story applies to that, and that's the emotion I'm supposed to feel, and the energy I'm supposed to invest, and the physical actions I'm supposed to take. But this is about, thank you for all your opinions and advice, all you self-appointed advisors of my life. and but I'm going to decide what story, emotion, energy, and physical action that you're going to take regarding love, right? So I like that. And you do have the two of wands coming in with Pisces energy. I like that. There is this, power of choice. Whatever I focus on, the more I focus on gratitude and raising my love vibration, the faster it comes in. The more I focus on wanting and needing and fearing and what I hate, I draw more of that lower vibration. So that's what's been changing here. You've been, again, with the Seven of Pentacles, because you had the Knight of Pentacles, didn't you? I thought you had the Knight of Pentacles. Maybe not. But there's this that you have been working on it for a while, and the last thing that grows on the fruit tree is the fruit, and here comes the Four of Pentacles, which is the feeling of home and stability of the outside world. And that's what happens. The Four of Coins is, it kind of sums up that we're taught, you know define yourself by the outside world, relationships, situations, and things. And all of those things are unstable. So when we define ourselves by those things, then our life feels unstable, and life feels just like it falls short. Because people change, people pass away, people walk away. That's unstable. Situations never stay the same, like jobs, education, social status, whatever. Things break down, deteriorate, blow up, burn down, stolen. And so we eventually get tired of the disappointment and instability of the outside world. And it's like life is designed. We get irritated and bored and just tired, sick and tired of feeling sick and tired, with everything in the outside world. It all points us back inward and upward to where we find the only stable thing in this realm, which is the eternal, unconditional love of the higher realms. And we define ourselves by that. And then we don't stop wanting in the outside world. Our human still wants, just doesn't need, and we're not desperate for it. And the outside world, as we're talking about, we fill up from the inside out. When we're trying to fill up from the outside in, it falls short. We're focusing on what everything is not being and the instability of it all, and it feels like hopeless. But when we find it on the inside, then the world turns to a place of abundance and overflow instead. So I like that. So that is what they have here. Hey, Johanna. Hello, hello. All right. So, and then your fortune cookie here, Holly, for your love message here. We went pretty deep in there, right? Oh, we got patience. We got the sloth. So the Seven of Pentacles, last thing that grows on the fruit tree is the fruit. So you're being asked to practice patience right now. It's not easy to do this, but you're strong, and there's a reason why things aren't aligning in the way you want them to in this moment. Have patience. It will eventually work out. Yeah, when we're not wanting a lower vibrational relationship with someone, right? You're raising your love vibration. It's allowing the other person to also raise their love vibration. And then we've got that, coming together. We'll draw up there, but allowing, both of us to have that, raising of love vibration, expanding of self-love so that we can both give more love and receive more love from each other. It's an important part of the process. So, but I like it. Definitely is coming your way. I just like that they wanted to share all that to show your progress, to show what you could still be looking at. Just brought some clarity around it, but also that, we don't want to take the bread out of the oven too early and end up with a mouthful of dough. We want delicious bread, delicious pizza. We want the pizza baked, right? Yeah. Yeah. And then we know that the more we work on our raising our love vibration, the faster it seems for us, uh it might feel slow for the other person if they're still doing theirs, but it's like if you ever go on a trip and someone doesn't have something to keep them busy, it seems like the trip is taking forever. But if we're doing something like watching a movie or reading a book or doing something, like the time flies faster, right? So I like that. Yes, fully cooked pizza. Food metaphors, probably because I'm hungry. All right. All right, Holly. So that's your first ones. We'll come back to your other ones here in a moment. But up next, we've got Patty. So, Patty, thank you so much for your donation. Let's give that a love and a like here. All right. So, Patty, you want any guidance on how to move forward from everything that's been taking place at work? All right. Let's take a look here. All right. So, what advice about moving forward from things that have been happening at work? Okay. So, let's move these over here so I can get to them easier. I don't know what these are yet, but the bottom of the deck, we are looking here at the Three of Swords and the Ten of Swords. Three of Swords is the expectations equal disappointment card, right? And the Ten of Swords is a great card to come in here too, because it's the ending of expectations, the ending of trying to please everyone and everything and trying to make everyone else, also live up to all those expectations that were taught growing up. It's an interesting, this is the bottom of the deck. Of course, we'll pull these other cards, but it's great for everyone for us to remember that when we think things are not going well, it's a judgment. It's a story that we've been taught that, well, this is what life is supposed to look like. But when life doesn't live up to that, then that's when we have anxiety. That's we have fear. We're fearing failure. We're fearing what will people think about us. We fear rejection, all of that because we've been taught in order to be lovable and acceptable. Here's the long list of stuff that even has contradictory stuff on it because we didn't learn it generally just from one person. We learned it from everyone and the world and all this stuff. We just children. We didn't know any better. We're just taking it all on to define, who we are and, all that stuff that's going on here. So, got a little bright there. So, it's this realization that, Byron Katie, she's a wonderful. If you ever had a chance to check out her website, and she has a YouTube channel too. It's BYRONKATIE, and her website is the work, just THEWORK altogether.com. Free information on there. But she says that when our expectations battle reality, our expectations lose, but only 100% of the time, right? Because reality happens and we're like, oh, but it was supposed to be, that's an expectation, right? It was supposed to be that. I expected it to be this and it's not. So something is wrong. And it's like when we realize everything is always unfolding perfectly in the moment for us, that, if everything unfolded exactly as we expected it to in our lives, then we would never be challenged. We would never grow. We would never wake up from, the matrix or, the story, the illusion of humanity. And so when we're hit with the disappointment, it's a big wake up call for us that we wanted to happen for us so that we could go, why do I feel it's supposed to be a certain way? And why is it upsetting me so much? Because usually we're defining ourselves by other people's actions or events of the outside world. And when we realize, wait a minute, that's what we've been taught growing up, but it's not true. I define who I am, not other people's opinions, not things of the outside world. And everyone will have their opinion. Trust me, it doesn't matter what we do. One of the big ahas I had in my life is when something happened at work. I can't remember what it was, but I was like, they were saying, you made a mistake, you screwed up. And I'm like, well, no, I mean, look at here's the directions, here's our guidelines. It's exactly I did what it said that we're supposed to do. No, no, you did it wrong. I'm like, no, here's the guideline. It says right here. Look at it and you can see that I did it. No, I don't believe you. I just know you did wrong. And no matter what I told them, they were like, no, I don't care. I'm like, "So you don't care about the truth? You don't care about whatever?" They're just like, "No, I'm gonna believe what I'm gonna believe. There's nothing you can do to change my mind." And I'm like, "Psst," right? It blew my mind, but then it made me realize too that it doesn't matter sometimes. No matter what we say or want from someone, we can't make them choose to think any other way or feel any other way or their actions or whatever. It comes back to us and our mindset. So, looking at whatever is happening at work, we can step back, take a big deep breath, and go, what am I fearing about the story that's unfolding? Because that's the story that's up here. And this is the story I can change, right? Let's see what else comes in here. Yep, Queen of Hearts. So this is, diving deep into, she rolls over the cup suit. All queens get a second portion. This is taking a step back and looking into our heart, see things from an intuitive place, from a higher place, and realize, oh, remembering who we really are, that this human's just a character on stage and having this adventure. But why did I want this to happen for me? There's a great, what gift is there possibly in this situation for you? What is it showing you about life and yourself? And how can you, not judgmental wise or whatever, but what did I want to see through this situation? Because there's a gift here for you. Yeah, you had the Queen of Hearts. Now you have the Queen of Scepters, which is the Queen of Wands, which, so both of this empowerment, both of these are very intuitive queens. All queens have a little bit of empathic abilities because all queens are granted water energy, cups energy, emotional connection energy. But the Queen of Wands also has the spiritual connection. And so they're very intuitive. The Queen of Hearts, double cups, gives them the ability to really be empathic. And so this definitely has this energy here of these two cards of stepping into your power, remembering who you really are, this powerful, supernatural, eternal spirit being made of unconditional love, having this human experience, can almost at some point, excuse me, step back and laugh at the situation, going, this is so silly that people are acting like children. And it's igniting my inner child. And it's like, oh, I see where the fear is, fear of punishment. Like when I was young and I didn't do what the adults wanted me to do, I got punished. I fear punishment. I want praise and I'm not getting praise. I'm getting punishment. I feel like I'm getting punishment. So the little 2-year-old within us is freaking out. But when we realize how powerful we are and we see things from a higher perspective, from an universal, eternal, powerful being perspective, this lifetime's a little blurb, and we look at it and go, oh, okay. So I wanted this to happen for me. What am I learning about life and myself through this, right? And then you have the Six of Scepters, the Six of Wands. There is movement, energy movement. There is victory that ends up happening here. And this is Capricorn energy, which also has this energy of, um, questioning. It's like the devil card energy. It's Saturn. It shakes and rattles our cage and brings all these long held beliefs to our face so that we can let them go and move beyond them. So I like that because the Six of Wands is also about being recognized, about victory and who we are. And if we don't get it from humans, which humans are fickle, when we're a little 2-year-old, all we care about is ourselves. So, if we're not getting praise and support and reward from humans, we can always remember that we're surrounded by an amazing host of beings of unconditional love and light that don't judge us. They think we're awesome. They're excited about our adventure. On their side, there's no judgment. Like I said, there's no supposed to be, should be, need to be, no expectations. They just see life, this life on earth as uh, an opportunity of possibilities of choices with different outcomes, not right or wrong, just different choices with different outcomes. And there's different outcomes that happen in the outside world. And it just is. It's like, what are you going to do with that? Now, what are you going to do? They're not looking at you going, you did wrong. They're just like, okay, so that was fun. What's next? Right. So I like that. What else here? Yep, the tower. I like this because here's the what was her name? The one that opened up the box. Um, I forget the story, but it let out all the evil lower vibrational emotions and experiences. But this is the tower is a message of realizing whatever is removed out of our life, whether it's people, situations, or whatever, happen on purpose for us. Back to that, life is happening for us. It creates the space for things that are more in alignment with our soul, and it clears the pathway for us to move forward. So when things happen at work, sometimes it's definitely it's always for us, but sometimes it's a nudge to go, I'm wanting to look in a different direction because of that. And it's because it's opening a door. It's allowing us to do that. Pandora's box, now that they remembered. So it's like Pandora's box has been opened at work, and that's okay. It's for a reason. It's always for a reason. And it's not a judgment against you. So we can do that. Yeah. So that you get here, I mean, you got the Tower card and then you get the Wheel of Fortune. Both the Tower and the Wheel of Fortune have this message of trust that what's unfolding is always for you. And with the Wheel of Fortune, it's telling you that even your human on the other side of this is going to realize, I see why this happened for me. And it is movement forward. And Three of Hearts, the Three of Cups, joy, celebration. And so I feel like what's happening here, if you can kind of look at it this way, that, you know, your job was something that felt like a cage, a bunch of supposed to be's and should be's and need to be's, something your mind chose to try to fit in, to try to be a means to an end where you're acceptable and lovable. But your heart wants to live, it doesn't just want to exist. And so when things happen at work, then it's like sometimes it's like the eagle's nest. The eagle creates this huge nest with all this craggly sticks. It puts comfort in there, like furs and cloth and, bushes or whatever to make it nice and warm and where the egg doesn't break or eggs when they lay them. And then when the little eaglet is born, it's safe and it doesn't hurt them. But when the eaglets are teenagers and it's time for them to fly the coop, learn to fly and go into a different place, they rip out all the comfortable things to make it easier choice for the little eaglets to go, well, I'm not getting room service anymore and these sticks hurt. They jump up on the side of the nest onto a branch, and then they don't get as much food coming in, a much reward. So I have to go search for myself. And so they learn to fly. And it happens sometimes. And I kind of feel like that's what's going on here, is finding something that is, for your in alignment with your heart, what your heart wants. It doesn't just want to exist, it wants to live, right? Yeah. And then you have detach is your fortune cookie for your reading. It says you're being asked to detach from something that you've been holding on to. When we hold on too tightly to the desired outcome, it restricts the flow. Trust that the outcome will work out and let go of your attachment to it. So there you go. I love these cards. They are so like on the money. So that's what they have for you, Patty. Hopefully that helps. So again, thank you for your donation. Many blessings. I feel like there's a wonderful opportunity that your heart wants to leap towards outside of where you're at work currently. All right, so many blessings. And then up next, we have Queen Bee. So thank you, Queen Bee, for your donation. Appreciate that. And want to know what is Essie's true feelings, intentions with you, Ashley. All right. Let's give this a shuffle. I'm just going to take a sip of my coffee here. So hope everyone's enjoying this full moon in Aries energy that's headed our way next week. You're probably feeling it already. All right. So true feelings and intentions towards you. Let's take a look here. So true feelings, intentions. All right. 3 and 3. All right. Well, the bottom of the deck, here's the full moon in Aries, turning into a werewolf. But the Six of Spikes, the Six of Swords, is about movement of thought and belief and mindset, leaving some old ways of thinking behind. So it feels like intentions have been evolving and changing, but it depends on the full moon. I feel like there's kind of this movement. They kind of go back and forth between um, attraction, like physical and energetic attraction, to mental thinking and stimulation and that. And we'll look at emotions as we come in here as well. But let's look at their true feelings first, and then we'll look at those intentions. So feelings here, excuse me. Yeah. So we have here's that 6 of wands. So we do have that mutual attraction, mutual energetic and physical attraction. That's the 6 of fire, the 6 of wands. But they do have here temperance, which is patience and slowness of, approaching their emotions, and the judgment card, which is they've had like endings and beginnings, and they've been, really drawn by their higher self to see things from a different perspective. So I do feel like they've had some experiences in the past that have slowed their roll as far as letting their emotions leap forward. So it's kind of like fools rush in, like they've had it before, where they're just like, "Oh my gosh, I'm attracted," and boom, and they just leap in, and then, and then they got hurt, and so their heart has tended in the past to leap before it looked, and has a lot of scars on their little heart, and that made their mind go, "You know what? We're putting a leash on you. We're not allowing you to run free, heart." So I feel like their feelings are there, but they're really allowing, and they just have been focusing on expressing connection through romance, through intimacy, through that attraction, not so much emotion. They're very slow at doing that anyway, letting their heart have their way. Let's see what their intentions are here. Yeah, well, we got the 10 of coins, which is partnership and relationship. So there is intentions that they do want to fill a position in their life of having someone be there. But it feels here with the 5 of swords and the 5 of wands, there's a lot of drama energy and a lot of inner battle between the head and the heart that's below the surface. So it's like, even though the intentions are there, their brain does not let them head in that direction very easily here. And it's like there's this, I do see this energy, this energy of, which Spirit talks about every once in a while, two approaches to relationships, right? One approach is when our mind and expectations and what we learn as we're growing up, that in order to be complete, you need to find the love of your life, someone to validate your worth, right? And we're all taught that growing up through stories and watching other people and movies and whatever. And so we think, I have a position in this company of who I am to be filled, right? It's a job opening. And so we interview people all the time to, you know, to fill that position. And it doesn't feel romantic. It feels more like, are they going to meet up to the expectations of the job, right? Versus the other thing is when we live our passion, live our life, live and do what we love. And then when we're doing what we love, we meet someone that's also doing what they love. And there's a spark that evolves into a relationship. So the intention, I feel like they want to fill up this part of their life feel like they're supposed to have. And that's kind of why there's the struggle. The heart wants to have this amazing, romantic dreamlike story that unfolds, but their mind is trying to fill a position, and that's where there's, conflict that's going on inside of them right now. So I know that doesn't give you exactly probably what you're looking for, but that's kind of the situation where it's at right now. Let's see what else they have here for you, though, with your Akashic Truth Oracle, which is here. Yeah, so pay attention. Really watch them here. And it says you're being asked to pay extra close attention to the signs that you're being given, both the subtle ones and the ones that can't be missed. These signs will help you see how to best move forward in order to live your best life. So as you're looking at this going, okay, you know, um I kind of feel like you're seeing this and you're realizing, yeah, I don't want to just be like it's like I need a wife, you'll do, you know. No, you want to be like I met you and I'm like I can't imagine anyone else being in my life except for you, right? It's not like, well, you're good for the job, but if you get fired, we'll just replace you with someone else. It's like I don't want to be like a job and a position that I'm filling. I want to be, um, an exciting, piece of your life that you are loving so much that I want you to be a part of my life. And there's a difference in that. And I feel like it's the first option is what they're going through, which doesn't have anything to do with you. It has to do with their mindset, their emotions, where they're at. They don't have a whole lot of self-love, so they don't have a whole lot of love to give. That's why they focus on passion and that. So, you know, that's what's coming in there for you. I know. It's like, all right. But at least you know that they're giving the small amount of love that they have for themselves. That's all they can give. But they can give passion and try to have this committed, agreement of a position if you want that position. But I feel like if you pay attention and you realize, no, I deserve more. I deserve to be with someone like me, and that, you know, um, not me, like ourselves. We deserve to be with someone like ourselves, and where we're paying attention, we love it, we're excited, we're drawn. It's not you'll do kind of thing. All right, so that's what's coming in there for you, Queen Bee. You deserve a king, for sure. All right. So that is what they have for you, Queen Bee. So many blessings. And then Holly, we are to you here. So thank you for your second donation. Let's give that a love and a like. And the future of career. All right. Let's take a look and see what we have going on here. Give this a little shuffle, shuffle. All righty. So career. What would they like you to know about career? 1 and 2. I do want to go here and then here. I do want that one. It's like this leads down a road, further down the road, though. All right. Okay. Oh my goodness. My goodness, my goodness. So, like you said before, patience isn't your forte, but you have the 7 of coins. You have a lot of fruit that's growing, like a lot of fruit trees, but the fruit just hasn't shown itself yet for career, right? So it's been growing, it's been changing, it's been evolving. And so, the season will come and and you'll have this come in here, right? So that's the bottom of the deck. They're like, just know that there's growth, there is things. And the 7 of Pentacles, they're bringing in the second meaning to it too, or one of the big second meanings, which sometimes when we start to see the fruit grow on a tree, and we're like, what? Apples? I planted apple trees? And it's like, why did I want apples? And then we're like, oh, everyone else said they wanted applesauce and apple pie and apple cider and apple juice and apple fritters and all this stuff, right? And then when it's like, but you're like, but I don't want apples. I want guacamole. I want avocado trees. It's a change of direction. And so as fruit has been growing, I feel like you've been really realizing that the direction that you had been thinking that you wanted to go before isn't really the route that you want to go, and you're switching directions. Let's see what else comes in here. Yeah. King of Coins, King of Pentacles. A lot of awareness of the outside world, right? and a lot of fullness too. And this goes back to your love reading, where the more you turn inward and upward and you're finding this wholeness inside, whereas before we were taught like making a certain amount of money or defining ourselves by a position, that this is this is what I want to strive for. But as we begin to fill up on the inside, we don't have the same drive to go in the same direction. We look at more of fulfillment and different things like that, right? Yeah. And so it's, trying to fit in with where you're going. It's funny, my phone is going off and it's saying scam likely. It's a scam, right? We're taught, well, this is what will fulfill you, but it's the scam we're told to look at here. And so when we look in going, well, even with me, you know, we're all taught things, right? And when I had an opportunity when I was leaving corporate life the first time, I was like, oh, okay, I'm going to go. And what do spiritual people do, right? Well, I need to write books and become bestseller and do travel and have, um, presentations and classes and then I need a million subscribers and I need to be known, blah blah blah. That's what we're all taught. Our ego is replaced by a little spiritual ego, and we're thinking of things. But then when like spirit took me to the future and said, here is you with all that. Are you happy? And I'm like, no, I'm looking for the next thing. And I'm like, oh wow. Said if I can't be happy in this moment and content, I won't be happy then when I get all that stuff I think I'm supposed to have. And it's all about like my dream became be here now with creator instead of be there in the future with all the blah blah blah. And then everything becomes above and beyond extra. And it changes, when we change our definition of I can be happy when, I'm attached to an outcome to I'm living my dream every second. Because if I'm bringing through messages of spirit, that's what my joy is connecting with spirit, sharing their messages. Doesn't matter anything else. And it's like, well, what about the money? And if I ever get to a point where I don't have enough and I have to get a part-time job or whatever, I'll do it because I'm living my dream, whatever it takes to live my dream. And we sit in it and there's clarity that comes in, right? Yeah, yeah. They're like, I want you to do this. You're like, meh. And you can do your own thing, right? You can do your Reiki and, you know, have a card deck next to it and go, here, here's your card. You look at the card, or here's the oracle in the book. Here, pick your own card, and I'm going to do Reiki while you do that. But you can make it whatever you want, right? You can bust out and express that unconditional love energy in your heart with the world in your own special way. And this king of coins, it goes back to that when I'm full from the inside going, then my whole um, destination changes, right? So what else we have? Yeah, letting go of all expectations, not um, trying to please people. The supposed to be, the should be, the need to be. I'm like, I'm sick and tired of trying to live up to everyone else and make everyone else live up to my stuff. I'm releasing myself from these cage of expectations, and I'm going to do what the hell I want. So I like that. Yeah, and here's the strength card. Leo energy, being true and connecting with your higher self and finding out who you want to be, what you want to do, where do you want to go, and expressing yourself uniquely. There's a great story in this card. It's the lion with the red eyes. I don't know if you can see their red eyes, but their eyes are red. And when this little lion was born, they it scared the villagers and the lion pack, and they said, "Get out of here!" And so they lived a very solitary life until this dragon came to attack, and it was destroying and killing everyone. And the lion still hung out nearby because it wanted to be part of its family, and It was, at least it could watch them and it saw what was happening. And so he got brave and he went to attack the dragon. And because the lion had red eyes, the dragon was like, "What the hell is that?" It took him by surprise enough to the lion killed the dragon and saved the village. And I love that story of the uniqueness of what it was, the uniqueness of who they were that saved the day, being unique. And I like that coming in here too. It's like being different and not feeling you have to do Reiki a certain way. You don't have to do symbols. You don't have to do, it's like, how do you uniquely want to share this energy with the world in your own special way? That's how, like, um, what do they call it? Healing art came in, or where painting, uh, therapeutic painting, I think is what they call it, something like that, came to be. Someone who liked therapy, doing therapy, someone who loved painting, they joined them together, and then they help people through painting work through their emotions and stuff. So I like that. And you got the Knight of Scepters and the Two of Scepters. So you definitely have an additional different way of your energy, expressing it with the Two of Scepters. Pisces energy, so definitely some hidden knowledge and some hidden gifts that are coming to light. And the Knight of Scepters too is the pursuit of your power. So I feel like there's even something more that you're going to do. It's like almost like an upgrade that you're heading into. Downloads, um, esoteric knowledge, and connection to spirit. So you definitely have something special to bring through too. And this is what's been growing and changing. You even got the Two of Coins on the bottom, which is two different ways of expressing things in the outside world that you're bringing together. So, oh, that's why they wanted me to talk about the painting and the therapy. There's two things you can bring together in a special, unique way. Let's see, further down the road here, yeah, you've got the Eight of Hearts, you've got the Four of Coins, Four of Pentacles, and the Justice card, balancing. Again, balancing two things, balancing head and heart. That's coming in here. I feel like it has something to do with emotional release that you're interested in, and helping people find stability in the outside world. But this balancing of head and heart and emotional release is part of, uh, if that resonates for you, about helping people let go of old emotions below the surface and heal from relationships that don't serve them anymore. Um, I like that, the stability of home, um, that comes in here too. So I don't know if you want to, like, interior design or anything like that, but I feel like it has to do with home and home release, and releasing of energy. So let's take a look here. I like this, where this is headed for you, but it does feel like it's, you know, you're a change of direction from what you thought you would want before to where it's going. So I like that. Yeah, and you have open up. You're being asked to open your heart to another, to let down your walls and trust that they want what's best for you. Your life will open up in wonderful ways once you decide to open up. And I feel like it's opening up this other area that you've been hesitant to do. Yeah. So it's like two things. It's like if like you're Reiki, but I feel like it's not restricting yourself to Reiki. It's like it's energy work, but you're altering it and adding something in to join it in together. And it has to do with I feel like it has to do with emotional release, um, of old emotions, but it's the combination of things that you're bringing together that makes it unique and different. It's not just Reiki, which has become like oh, that, yeah, you know, it's like, all right, everyone's used to drinking milk. Now we're going to make milkshakes. We're gonna add ice cream and different things, right? Or people got used to going back to pizza. Here's pizza. Now it's stuffed crust. Ooh, it's new. They've combined some things, right? So so be open and see how that comes in. All right. So that's what they have for you for that donation, Holly. Thank you so much. All right. And just a heads up where we're at. So we have Moonlight next, and then Holly. And then we'll jump to Nelia, and then to Johanna. And then we do have Maria. We'll jump over to you for your other donation. And then Kelly, Eagle, and Levi. Hey, Levi, thank you so much for your donation, everybody. So that is where we're at. We'll continue moving on here. All right. And I will make sure we get to all donations during this session and my YouTube channel members. So we will stay on as long as we need to. All right. So, Moonlight, thank you so much for your donation. Let's give that a love and a like. And you want to know, how does R feel about you and your visit today? All right. Let's take a look here and see what we got here. So, what does R feel? About you and the visit. So, I have that. And that there. I feel like there's one more. It's like a 1 and a 2 and a 3. All right. So 1, 2, 3. We'll see what is unfolding here. But Moonlight, so the bottom of the deck, we do have the 7 of hearts, the 7 of cups, which has to do with like a lot of different emotion. Can be the emotional confusion, a little bit, but I just feel like there's a lot of different feelings, a lot of different things that were sparked here. Let's see what they have here. So got the 8 of scepters, the 8 of wands. So there was some, wands energy as passion, fiery energy was ignited here. So I feel like um, part of this emotions that were ignited was that there was some fire ignited within him too. And so there's a lot of movement of energy, a lot of whoa, it almost feels a little bit like it overwhelmed him a little bit, if that makes sense. Let's see what the next 2 cards are here as well. Yeah. Knight of Scepters, Knight of Wands, fastest moving fiery horse out of them all here. And the Vice card, which is the Devil card in normal, in the regular tarot. But that's Saturn, Capricorn energy, made them think a lot, brought a lot from their shadow up too. So it's interesting that there's just this flood of energy, this flood of emotion. It's like it bubbled up stuff that had nothing to do with you to the surface too. So whatever unfolded, there definitely was some stuff bubbling up. It's like if you ever have like a pond, a really calm pond, and suddenly floodwaters come in, there's a lot of soot and stuff from the bottom, and it clouds the pond until it settles back. Well, it feels like there's unsettled stuff that came to the surface that was here. So a lot of different emotions. It feels like it was like a lot of positive, but then there's this underlying thing where they were like, why am I feeling this way? That bubbled up from the bottom. It actually goes 1 card, 2 cards, and then jumps to 4. It's like there's a missing speed bump step that unfolded here. Let's see what this is about here. Okay. Yeah. Of course, we have moon energy coming in, so the lot of hidden and subconscious stuff bubbling to the surface. That reminds me of the pond. So there was a lot of emotion that came in here. 3 of hearts. Here's the joy and the celebration that came in. So it did bring that came in here. 6 of scepters, 6 of wands is a movement and mutual attraction type of energy that came in here as well. It's a victory energy. So I like that they're saying overall, even though it bubbled up a lot of stuff, just, know overall that it left a positive impression of you with them, but there's also all this other stuff had nothing to do with you that, bubbled up. Because we had the six, not the six, the queen of swords, which is the queen of spikes. So this is about balancing of the head and emotion. Um, and I feel like they really went into their head around some things because of all this overthinking, but they just want to let you know that there's emotion, a lot of emotion bubbling below the surface here with all this, seven of hearts and the moon, but they got a lot of stuff in their mind that was activated with the devil card, the vice card, and um, the queen of swords coming in here too. So it was good. I really feel like overall they're like, you know, I feel like they wanted you to know that other stuff because I feel like you're very empathic. You pick up emotions and you like, well, I feel like they smiled and they liked, um, had good feelings and stuff around it. But I feel like you picked up what was all that crap that was going on below the surface. It's almost like you got mixed messages, right? And on one side, it's like, well, yeah, they were happy to see you. They had all those good feelings, all these emotions and stuff. But then all this other stuff that was activated that, you know, something triggered and reminded them and echoed some things from the past, which had nothing to do with you. And I feel like that's why they want you to know that. So you can realize, okay, so that lower vibrational rumbling wasn't anything to do with you. It was something regurgitating from the past for them. So not any of your responsibility, but just information for you to know. Okay, this wasn't about me. All right. Yeah, I like this. There's this fresh start energy that they have towards you here. Says you're being given the opportunity to begin again and allow yourself to embrace this new life and open up fully to this gift that you've been given. So, you have this fresh start energy, this, you know, um, clean slate energy that's there for you. And to embrace that, don't worry about anything else that was brought up. That's not your responsibility. Allow yourself this gift of a fresh start with them, if that makes sense. Right? So that is what they have for you. So, Moonlight, thank you again for your donation. And then, Holly, we are circling back to you. So, thank you for your additional donation. I appreciate your multiple donations today. So, any messages from Spirit for you at this time? All right. I feel like we want to go to a oracle card for you. And I do. I have a Blue Messiah reading cards, transformational cards for the soul. So, let's take a look here. And see what message. All right. Go. Wow, you got card number 3, the Blue Messiah. So, the big card that is what the book is all, or the deck is all about. So let us check a look here. So the message from the author around this card says the spiritual journey is individual explorations into the light of our own deeper truths. In this divided and changing world, many are searching for truth. Many people believe that their way is the best way and the only way to salvation. This can cause confusion amongst the masses and uncertainty on their individual paths and belief systems. The Blue Messiah represents the divine light of truth within you. Be discerning and trust your inner light and truth to guide you. Don't get caught up in the energy fields of judgment, anger, and fear, which may be emitted from souls around you. Shine your radiant, loving light, dear one. It is only through your unconditional love and compassion that dividing walls melt away. And this card serves as confirmation that you are on the right path. Don't turn down your radiant light due to comparisons, condemnation, and criticism from others and their egos. Stand your ground with truth, love, and integrity. Avoid comparing or judging the journey and choices of others, and you will align with divine truth. The blue Messiah lives within you, dear soul. Shine this truth with unconditional love and compassion. With an open heart and an open mind, share your loving light with the world. The chakra is the heart chakra and the throat chakra that comes in with this. An exercise you can do is practice unconditional love and compassion to all, even those not aligned with your soul. And an affirmation that you can have with this card is I am compassionate. I send unconditional love to all souls. I will continue to move forward courageously as I follow the truth and light of my own soul. Wow. I love that. So beautiful message there for you. And I feel like, and if I haven't shared, whoever this resonates for, I have two episodes from one of my um, Take 10 with Zen podcasts that I did, I think last year. But there's one about the empathic bubble, which I feel you know about doing Reiki and energy work. But still take a look at it. And then the real gift of an empath, which is episode 10. And it is about, how sending unconditional love energy out, how you can change the energy of a room. That's the true gift of an empath. Feeling other people's emotions feels like the curse, but it's a small piece of our abilities as empaths. The true gift of the empath is something completely different. So I like that. And then let me give you another Akashic oracle here. Let's see what else they want you to know here. Yeah, and carrying connections. So right in alignment with sharing unconditional love. I love dolphins. A new supportive relationship is on the horizon. It might be a kindred spirit or possibly even romance or both. It could be someone new or the deepening of an existing relationship. Open your heart to this new connection. So I do feel like there's a couple of connections coming in addition to that romantic one. I feel like you do have um, others coming in, and that giving of that unconditional love energy is where they're at. So I like that. So that is what they have for you for that. Actually, no, I have one more. I knew that they wanted a. There's an archangel oracle, and there's an archangel that wants to share their light with you too here. Yeah, Michael. Of course. So, spiritual acceleration with Michael the Archangel. You are experiencing spiritual upgrades. Move forward. So, confirmation of some other things that you got here. Michael, which is he who is like God, is considered to be the Prince of Light, the chief of the angelic realm. He's a powerful force who has been venerated as a saint and is known as the protector of those working in services such as the police, special forces, and the fire brigade. The divine counterpart of faith, he's an angel of justice alongside Raguel and Zadkiel, and comes to everyone who wants to make a difference here on earth. Often portrayed carrying a sword or a spear, Michael is also the presence we can invoke whenever we're feeling fearful or constrained, and he'll cut through the ties of fear and liberate us. So, all the roadblocks you've been facing are tumbling down. Angels are giving you the go ahead. Now is the time. Move forward in the knowledge that the divine is opening the way. There we go again with opening uh, to experiences, opportunities, and connections that will help you live with purpose and live on purpose. With all that's happening, it's important to stay rooted in your spiritual practice and connection with the divine because this loving presence is the reason you are who you are today. In the speed of it all, take the time to pause, reflect, and be grateful for where you are today. This energy of acceleration will not only catapult you into opportunities and experiences that will carry you towards success and achievement, but also take you beyond some of the people and places you once felt at home with. There's a good chance that some people will feel left behind or unseen, so be aware that they will require tenderness and consideration. The ultimate key to growth is never to forget who you really are and where you have come from as you go further and reach higher, right? Boom, boom, boom. So, Archangel Michael coming through for you too. Yep. I like it. So that is what they have for you, Holly. Thank you again for your multiple donations. I appreciate you. All right. Okay, up next here, let me just make sure. So we have Nelia up next here. So thank you for your sticker with the heart eyes. And Nelia. So Megan is overwhelmed at her new workplace. Will she learn everything in time and a general on that? Absolutely. So let's take a look here, Nelia, and see what's going on here. So, will she learn everything in time here? I feel like they want those here. Okay. Yeah, we got the bottom of the deck. We've got the Queen of Hearts, which, Queen of Cups, big, big, huge, emotions, connection to empathic abilities, trusting gut and trusting instinct. I like the cornucopia of emotion, positive energies. Let's take a look here. Yeah, we've got the Page of Coins. So, that is about new opportunities, growth, abundance, new abundance that comes in. Um, yeah, and the King of Hearts and the Nine of Scepters. So, King of Hearts balances the head and the heart. And with that Queen of Hearts, I feel like what's important for her to know is she's very influenced by the moon, very influenced by emotions. In fact, that the empathic bubble and the real gift of the empath that I just posted in the chat, um, if you can share that with them, because I feel like they feel people's emotions and it's really distracting for them because they feel everything so deeply and so largely that they get distracted by their heart, that they have trouble keeping their mind focused, right? But that's where this King of Cups comes in, which is balancing the head and the heart. And the Nine of Scepters, the Nine of Wands, is about moving beyond and perseverance. That if they just keep going and they really look at their emotions, that they're able to calm the emotions, and then instead of being in fight or flight mode where they're having trouble grasping things, they're able to really see things clearly and able to hear things um, through their brain and grasp it. But when we're in fight or flight mode, our kind of our intelligent, compassionate, loving side is knocked out. And then it's a little 2-year-old and its pet hissing cat that are in charge, like it's a little warrior shogun, or shogun warrior cat that's in charge. That's why I wear shirts like these, to remind us of, if I'm in my cat mind, I'm hissing, running away, and not learning a whole lot. But if I can calm myself and come back to a place of peace, then my mind returns and I can grasp and move everything. So emotionally, I feel like if there's this, movement there, then they're able to do that. Yeah. Yeah. Eight of Coins, becoming it's like an intern or an apprentice becoming the master. And the Ace of Cups is this solid emotional happiness that comes in. So they do definitely have the capacity and ability to do it all, but it's just about coming to a place of emotional peace in order to let their mind be calm enough to where they can take it all in and master those things. Let's see what else here for the Akashic Oracle here. What else do they have for her? Yeah, reassess. Says she's being asked to take stock of her life and let go of anything or anyone that no longer makes her happy. Notice who and what brings her joy and who and what doesn't. It's time for some life cleanup. So I like that with the emotions. She can even follow her heart and look at, is this the job that she really wants anyway? Um, but um, she has the ability to do it and to make it work. But I like this reassessing and looking at it going, following the heart and following that Queen of Hearts too. Is her intuition guiding her and pulling her somewhere else? Don't look at it as failure. Look at it as following the gut and following that movement forward too. Yeah, we have the Nine of Pentacles. So she has success wherever she puts her mind to it. But part of this does have to do with balancing the emotions. So hopefully that helps there, Nelia. That's what they have for her. So many blessings to you. All right. And then Johanna, hello, hello. Let's give that some love and a like there. And you want to know, did she get the message and did she find it icky? Okay. I did answer, did she find the message last night? So I did complete that one. Towards the end, I think. But let's take a look here and see. So, did she get this message that you're particularly talking about? And then did she find it icky? All right. Let's see what we got here. All right. So we got the Justice card coming in here and the Five of Scepters, the Five of Wands. So I feel like they did find the message here because there is this movement of energy, um, and from lower vibration to higher vibration, and the balancing out of things there. So I feel like it did. I don't. It took them off guard, if that makes sense, to where they were like, "What's this? Oh no, what is this gonna say?" And I feel like that it's like there's this mess, it's like, and I don't know if it's same where you live, but if in like a friendship relationship or even a job, hey, do you have a second to talk? Uh-oh, I'm in trouble. It's always like people normally don't take us to the side to give us good news or to praise and stuff. It's usually 90% of the time feedback on what you're doing wrong, right? And so I feel like they have this history of, uh-oh, this is them saying something I did wrong, right? Or whatever. And so I feel like in the beginning they're like, uh-oh, but then things calm down as they look at it here. Like all these fives, did they find it icky? No. They have the major five, the Hierophant. Their higher self showing them things from a higher perspective. And the five of swords, with all these fives, there definitely, is this shaking that comes in here because five is a number of bringing things to our face to look at that, are we ready to see it, are we not, but it definitely sparked thinking and um energy, passionate energy, fire energy. So fire and air coming together. But the Wisdom King, is showing them things from a different perspective, and it tells us that it happened on purpose, for that. I feel like here at the bottom of the deck you have the Seven of Coins to the Seven of Pentacles, which is about, give them time to process the stuff because it's more than just what you said in the message. There's so much more to it that's going on inside of them that, just kind of sparked up. But they didn't find it icky, but it did get them thinking and did spark energy within them too. Let's see what else they have here with this Akashic Truth Oracle. Yeah, I like this. So, um, with this energy, they're saying you're wasting your precious energy on something that won't bear fruit. It's time to turn your attention to those things aligned to your soul's purpose. So I like this. It's not about walking away from the situation. It's about walking away from the fear energy that we're attaching to it. It's like the energy of worry or the fear of rejection, the fear of not, of being judged, icky, right? Do they find it icky? Well, there's a fear there, but that has nothing to do with you. I like this about not investing your energy in lower vibrational emotions and actions, but higher vibrational gratitude, unconditional love, joy, peace. Be you, express it, but walk away from investing in lower vibrational um, actions, energy, thoughts, stories. Release yourself and walk away from that lower vibration, right? Because every moment we make a choice of the story, the emotion that we're feeling, the energy we're putting forward, our physical actions, but we're having them be actions of higher vibration, not actions and stories of lower vibration. So, um, I like it, but I feel like there's an important thing for you because of the conflict that's coming up within them. It's not yours to own. You are just allowed to express yourself. It's like the Seven of Wands, right? Be the sun. Don't dim your light. Don't um, ask permission to be who you are. Be who you are. Everyone else's reactions or responses are their choice, not yours. It has nothing to do with you. It doesn't mean anything about you. So I like this, you know, um, I don't know, evolution that's coming from this. So hopefully that makes sense. Right? But that's what they have for you, Johanna. So many blessings to you. Appreciate um, your donation and being a monthly YouTube subscriber as well. All right. And then, so I do have a PayPal. So Maria, we'll jump over there since that's when the timestamp says it came in. So you'll be up next. And then just to give everyone kind of an update where we're at on donations, we've got then Kelly and then Eagle and then Levi. You guys will be next. Hey, Maria. So thank you for your additional donation and the um, extra surprise episode of Days of Your Lives. So let me take a quick sip here. All right. So let's take a look here and see what Spirit's willing to share about what's new and happening with Walter's separation with his ex. So what little tidbits of information will they give us? Stepping. Looks like a little stairs. Okay. And then he seems happy with you, but said he had already had a bad Saturday start over there. What's happening? Yeah. Well, I tell you, tower energy, I think they had before, right? But we'll take a look here. And does he enjoy your with you today? Of course he did. It's like a the eye of a storm. It's like there's a storm raging. You're the eye of the storm when he interacts with you. So I like that. Again, bottom of the deck, 9 of hearts. Dreams come true, wishes come true. We got that energy from before. So just a good reminder that they're like, um, you know, don't don't try not to feel bad for what he's experiencing with his ex, right? Because it's like when someone, not that you want to celebrate it either, but be okay with it because when they experience darkness with where they're at, that even contrasts even more the light of who you are, right? It's like these fairy lights that are here, right? If I turned off this light, it would make it even brighter, right? If I close my blinds, it would make it even brighter. And it'd be like, wow, the starkness of it. So be just, send them love, energy for your situation, but don't try not to feel bad and let it get you down, right? Just go, you know what? Just makes me look even better. Yeah, right. Oh, do I need to get out my voodoo doll? All I need is a piece of hair. All right. So let's see what's new and happening here with the separation. Yeah. So double X, double endings, double, new beginnings. So I like this, the calling that's happening. They're being moved, from this. And so I like this, again, this energy of that you're able to nurture here as well, even though that's normally their higher self. But I like this. There's a story behind it, which I forget on this card right now, but it is about someone helping someone through their, you know, devastation. So they're definitely being called. Yeah, 10 of Hearts. In this case, the 10 of Hearts has an ending of emotion to allow beginning of new things. So there is endings and beginnings coming in, and it's not, the ending of a relationship. The heart doesn't know any better. It's like having a child and it doesn't know why are you separating. The heart doesn't understand. The brain does, but the heart's like, no, why are you leaving? And the brain's going, well, this is why this is happening, but the heart doesn't understand. The heart just knows it wants to care, and we're telling it to stop caring, and it's like, oh, how can I do that? I don't know. You know, it's like having a one of those climbing claws in our heart. Once it gets into the heart and it draws us together, it doesn't just detach, it rips out. And that's the kind of heart that's feeling, but there is endings of emotions coming in. Yeah, and what did I say? Tower. So there is lightning striking and you know, which is bringing it closer to this movement. It's the tower's burning down, and we need to get out of the tower. And it's burning down, but it's burning from the upward, downward because it got struck up there. So throwing things out the windows, trying to save it. What do I want to save? What do I want to bring with me? What's important for me to bring out of this relationship that I'm going to keep. So there is this, the steps that are coming in here. And I like this. We have the two of spikes. For you, when you guys got this on yours, that means something different. Here, it's this at a crossroads, decisions having to be made, and this is what we talked about before. That the sorting hat, the things are being chosen and being split up, and um, and when the heart is hurting, people don't like it. I know they're reminding me of my third relationship where I was leaving it and um, we bought a lot of stuff together, but their feelings were hurt. Um, and they were like, well, you can't take anything. You can leave with what you came into the relationship with, but anything that we had together, it's mine. You can just go. And I'm like, all right, well, um, I told them, well, the $1,000 that I was going to give you for the house payment next month. Well, I'm going to need that to buy a bed since you're not letting me take a bed. I have to have something to sleep on. and I need to buy this stuff, so I'm not going to give you that then. So if you want to make that choice, that's up to you. Or I can take that small bed in the basement and I can take that and that, but that's up to you. I'll let that be your choice, right? So this, because they were hurt and they were like trying to get at him, and I kind of feel like that's what's going on, right? So that's what's happening. There's all this, fighting, um, and you know, expression of pain, and they're not being logical with making these decisions. And so that's why like it's not starting off good, you know. So I feel like that's a big piece of what's happening there. Um, so what else is happening? That was the first part of what's going on, but let's see what was happening this morning here as well. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. They're trying to work that out so that it's like conjoined twins. We got to cut. What are we going to cut in the middle? And so this morning there is the full card, the endings and beginnings. So the communication, they don't want, got the page of hearts and the um queen of swords coming in here, So I feel like that there's a little bit of knowledge that's happening here of this new beginning of a higher love of, you know, someone more compatible. And I feel like that they're picking up that um who you texting? Why you acting all happy? Blah 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 blah. So I feel like they're sensing that, you know, they're interacting with someone else. And of course, I feel like that's not coming through very well here. They see like, why are you so happy about starting a new life and getting out of here? And why are you all this? You seem too happy, because their ex has these expectations. You're not supposed to be happy about this. Why are you getting all excited? So I feel like they're a little too excited about getting out, which is like they know that it's for the best, but they're not in their right mind, right? Yeah, yeah. So I feel like there's that kind of spark, why did you wake up early? Why are you excited about packing up stuff? Or why are you excited about getting out of here so fast? Is there someone else? Have you been seeing someone else? Remember, all of this insecurity and pain is expressing itself, I feel, especially with all this, you know, because if we were doing a love reading and we got this, it's all about, look, a fresh new start of free of expectations, a higher love, someone who's very compatible, you know. Um, but so, it's just that insecurities, um, the insecurities, ugly head, rah, kind of coming out. So, and does he enjoy his chats with you? So again, yeah, page of coins. They like that. That's it's not that they use you to validate their worth, but they just see their worth in relationship to the outside world differently with you and with your interactions, right? And let's see what else we have here. Yeah. So, they see the growth, the eight of coins, the movement of the outside world, letting go of their Saturn, Capricorn beliefs. And yeah, and here's the knight of spikes, the knight of movement of thought and belief and mindset. So I see this like the eight of pentacles is like there's this energy of seeing like their this kind of transformation that happens, right? And, there's this, it's like realizing that you've been with a caterpillar, for a while, and you've been and like personally, like you transform and you're becoming a butterfly, and you realize, oh, this other person, um can't keep up with me anymore, in a way, if that makes sense. And so you realize, okay, instead of me being told I'm weird and that I'm not fitting in, and that kind of energy, his conversations with you were like, oh, you get it. It's like, because a caterpillar wants to eat leaves and wants to walk along the floor and has limited beliefs on where it can go in its distance, because if it hits a little stream, even though a little stream of water, it can't cross it or it drowns. So it has very limited capacity to think about adventures and where to go. And the butterfly doesn't, has a hard time going, but I don't want to eat leaves. I want to go find blossoms and have nectar. That's what butterflies are attracted to. And we can go, migrate 1,000 miles. But when they realize the caterpillar isn't planning on being a butterfly, it's like, no, I'm going to kind of stay caterpillar. And then they talk to a butterfly. It's a world of difference, right? It's just, there's conflict in things with the caterpillar that don't need to be there, that aren't there because of the nature of the butterflies going, yeah, of course we're not going to eat leaves. What? There's that, kind of thing coming in there. So that is what they have for you with that, Maria. And let's pull a Akashic Oracle here. See what else they have here about what's going on over there in the drama department. Yeah. Inner peace. So you're letting so this is what's happening over there, is they are letting outside circumstances create turmoil and frustration within them. Remember, you always have the power to choose your response. Let inner peace attract a higher vibrational outcome for you. So they're letting the outside things take them in, and they lost their inner peace today, but you help them regain their inner peace by that. So I like it. Yeah, which, like I said, it's all good, when you're in a raging storm, you really appreciate the silence even so much more, right? And so you're the, what is that? That song, The Sound of Silence. So that song's playing in my head. All right. So that's what they have for you, Maria. So thank you for your additional donation, and just keep sending them love there. In fact, if you want, this is for anyone. If your heart is aching for, someone, and you feel like out of control, this is a good video that talks about how to send love energy, and why we feel the tightness in our heart when someone else is going through something. So if you want to listen to that, that's free too. All right. So thank you again. All right. And then we're to Kelly, Eagle, and Levi. So thank you guys for your patience in getting to your reading. So Kelly, let's give that some love and a like there. And you want to know, was he thinking about you, and what messages does he want to tell you from deep within? Ooh, all right. Let's take a look here. I'm going to take another sip here. And for everyone else waiting for free readings, I did hit my 2-hour mark. So I will complete all donations in this session, as well as all of my YouTube channel members. Their names are in green with the little badges there. So if you want me to make sure I get to yours in this session, you can still make a donation. either by the super chat or in the description box of the video by Venmo, PayPal, Cash App, or Square. And whatever dollar amount you are wanting to give is perfect. I know that everyone has different, you know, incomes, different from day to day, country to country, rates of exchange, cost of living differences, whatever. So I don't look at dollar amounts, but if you want to make sure I complete it in this session, make sure to do that. And then otherwise, I'll be back at 6 p.m. this evening for free readings. And then tomorrow on Sundays, I do um, whatever readings I don't get to on Sunday morning session. I always come back on and make sure everyone gets messages. So if you have a hard time getting to your free reading, if you make sure to come back tomorrow, you will get a message. I will, after I spend time with my Praying Mantis members and eat, I come back on and finish all readings so you can at least get some message from the creator. All right, in spirit. All right, so Kelly, let's take a look here. First of all, what's he thinking about you? Let's take a look here. Okay, I do want that one. Any others? Okay. And then what messages does he want to tell you from deep within that he hasn't shared with you? Or maybe he has shared with you, but okay. So, first of all, was he thinking about you? All right. You know, slowly with the Knight of Coins, there is movement, even though there's slow movement. And got the Emperor. They got a lot of thinking that is going on with the Emperor. They're looking at, what are people thinking? All these self-appointed, advisors giving all sorts of these opinions. So they are thinking about a lot of things, and you're included in all of that. But they've been slowly waiting with this Knight of Coins. It's the slowest night out of them all because it's about the outside world, and seasons take time, and they're just really mulling over and slowly making decisions. They've got some fears, of letting people down and, from their past and stuff. That's why they're taking so long and thinking about everything in their life. They just really, they got to make sure they're making the right choice because they feel like their choices that they make um, will, impact themselves and others for a long time. Below on the bottom of the deck, I mean, we've even got the, you know, the knight of, I mean, not the knight, the king of coins and the 10 of coins. This is partnerships and fullness of life and fullness of life and fullness of heart with the 10 of hearts on the bottom. Whoops, 10 of cups. So they've got a lot of thinking about everything. And I feel like they're at this place in their life here, Kelly, where they're just like, I don't know if they feel like their whole world is in front of them, their whole life is in front of them, and they've got to figure it all out, which we don't, right? We don't have to figure it all out. We can just make decisions and move forward. That comes in here, right? Um, so, what are the things that they wish they could tell you here? We'll have here. And Melissa, and anyone else that's interested in this, it's the Storyteller's Tarot. It's a beautiful deck by David De Pasquale or something like that. um, yeah, so what they wish they could tell you, Kelly, they have the 8 of swords, the 8 of, they call it spikes here, which is they're really letting go and working through a lot of old small t truths rooted in fear of supposed to be, should be's, need to be's, have to be's, must be's. And they are trying to get up the courage with the strength card and the vehicle card, which is the chariot, which is the power of choice. They're trying to get up courage to make choices, and they're trying to make choices based on what they really want, not what they fear and what they've been taught growing up. And that's why they're taking time, because I feel like they're going to disappoint family And they're going against the grain of family with all of this. And what they want you to know is I'm getting up my courage to make choices and actions, even though I know it's going to disappoint a lot of, and I'm going to break a lot of my family rules, if that makes sense. So I feel like they just want you to know that they're like, I have the courage. I'm getting ready to make the choices, but I gotta like, ease into it, because I just feel like they have that. Then they want to know the second thing they want you to know is the Knight of Hearts, that they do have feelings and emotions. They do want to act on their emotions and their feelings. They have romance. They do have this, you know, messages of love that they want to bring and this actions they want to take on their love. Um, they're just taking their time and making sure because they are afraid of hurting people and afraid of making wrong choices and decisions. They must have had a really, I just feel like they had such a high bar and expectation set, and they were constantly told how they failed, that they really don't normally do things unless they know that they're going to win at it or succeed at it. That's been their norm, but now this is like a whole new way of approaching life, right? Yeah. And they've got the Wisdom King, their higher self, calling them and showing them the capital T truths and the emotional stability, and that they're wanting this love that, this is the love that they're supposed to have and have experienced before, but this is a new one coming in here, right? Um, yeah. So he's really, I like this, that they're telling you that I do see it, and I do see that you can give me a love that no one else can, and that no one else has, and that it's different. Um, but um, they're definitely wanting to, you know, um, make sure that they do this right, and so they just don't feel this. They do feel the drive to act with the Knight of Cups, but they also don't want to rush. But they get it. They get it that um, you know you're probably getting impatient with me, but please just know that I want to do it right. That's funny. All right. Yeah. And then here's this reflection coming in here too, which says, you're being asked to reflect on your recent choices. What lessons have they taught you? This is what he's learning. He's looking at these mirrors. So he's been feeling like he's asked to reflect on his recent choices. What lessons have their lessons taught them? The reflection is the mirror to their soul's growth, and they're using it to deepen their understanding and intuition. So, they definitely are a lot of reflection going on here. So, uh, I know you're like, fine, fine. But that's what they have for you, Kelly. Oh, love, love, journey. And then whenever we're having a slow kind of adventure, in something, it is always happening for both of us, right? It's giving us the opportunity to do our own reflection, to raise our own love vibration, to let go of thoughts and beliefs that don't fit us anymore, let go of emotions that don't serve us anymore, preparing us to move into, relationship too. So we can definitely use that. Yeah, there you go. Send all that love to him. He can use the support for sure. All right. So thank you again for your donation. And then Eagle, you are up. And then Levi, you'll be up after that. All right. So Eagle, let's give that a love and a like there. Thank you for that. And you want to know, how will Ian feel when he hears about your promotion? Will he be jealous? All right. Let's take a look here based on current energies. So, all right. I do want those. All right. So So what is in here? Oh, yes. Yeah. Underlying energy, there is going to be some jealousy, and the reason I say that here with the eight of hearts, this is Joseph's multicolored cloak or jacket, right? And the whole story, it's a Christian biblical story of Joseph, who was the youngest out of all his brothers. I think they had 10 or 12 brothers. He was the youngest, but he was the father's favorite. And the older brothers were so jealous that they faked his death and threw him in a pit and took this they put like a bunch of blood, goat's blood or whatever on it, brought it to their father and said that oh, he got killed, he got trampled. And so his father mourned the loss, and they didn't want to kill their younger brother, so they sold him off to slavery. Ended up being hauled off to Egypt. Eventually, he ended up becoming like at right below the Pharaoh and ruled over the lands and was put into this mighty place. But there was jealousy there, so that's why I'm like, oh yeah, Eagle, there's jealousy there. But they understand here too with the Hanged Man and with the page that, it's just a matter of time, that they just need to put it in here and that you have put in the time. It's deserving. You deserve it here with this Hanged Man and the Page of Hearts. But they're still jealous. They're like, what about me? Right. Yeah. And they got the three of swords, which is disappointed. So they feel disappointed. They do have, this lower vibrational emotion, which would represent that. They've got the, devil card here about all these supposed to's and shoulds, and it's their fears that are kicking in here because they're comparing themselves to you. And naturally we kind of as humans start off with low self-esteem. We feel everyone's here, we're down here, and then with you getting promoted, they feel like they're being pushed down even further. So realize that it's not about you, that it's about them and what's going on in there. But I feel like they will pull themselves out of it. It's just an initial feeling here with the strength card is Leo energy, leadership energy, and the ace of spikes, the ace of swords is seeing things from a different perspective and clarity, and they understand, So this is that promotion. This is you moving into like leadership in a way, and that they will um they'll eventually snap out of it. It's going to be, their reaction is about them, not about you. It's the comparison that they're looking at with that. And if you want, if there is something and they do communicate, you can, you know and there's no expectation of this at all, or that you have to do this. But sometimes when like we get promoted and other people don't, and we're like, hey, if you want, don't give up, keep trying. And if you want, if you want to like practice interviewing, or if you ever want to do anything, I'd love to help you too, because I know this helped me, and it can help you too if you want, no pressure, but you can offer something like that. And sometimes that helps people go, you would do that for me? And like, yeah, because you totally can get this. Yeah. So they have a little difficult road. Just to, give them that grace that, this is the spirit of perseverance, being prepared for great things, walking the hard path in life. So, it's like telling them not to give up and keep going. And anything I can do to help you, let me know, kind of thing. So I like that for you. All right, so that's what they have for you, Eagle. So congratulations on your promotion, by the way. I totally just zipped past that. So kudos to you. Very happy for you. All right. And then the last donation is Levi's. Levi, thank you so much for your donation. Let's give that a love and a like. And you'd like to get a reading on the current status of your person and if you can work through things soon. All right. Absolutely. Let's refresh the cards here, connect to your energies, and let's take a look here. So, what's the current status of your person? Let's see what Spirit wants you to know about what they're going through here. And I got a little bit of stuff unfolding here. We'll see what those are here in a sec. And then, can you work through things soon? So we got those two. All right, we'll see what we have here. All right. I do see here at the bottom of the deck, we do have the Eight of Coins, the Eight of Pentacles, and that's a good card to get with the kind of energy that you guys are, working through right now. And because it's about putting in the blood, the sweat, the tears, that transformation can happen and it can do it. But this is about both needing to do that. And I feel like we got two cards and two cards. You got five cards, which we'll talk about their current status. But you guys working together, you've got kind of independently, you both have to go into your cocoons to transform from caterpillars to butterflies because you can't go back to the way things were. You both need to transform, and we'll see what those messages are here in a sec. But it does show that there are possibilities that you both can, instead of being caterpillars, you can be butterflies and have a total new, heightened adventure. So we like that the possibilities are there. All right, but first, let's take a look here and see what their current status is. So you have five cards at the very top. We have the Knight of Hearts. So there is this pursuit of self-love and for love here, So there is this, the heart is alive, it's not dead. Um, but one of the big things is that the pursuit, all knights have a quest, and this knight is on a quest for love, for the chalice, the Holy Grail. And for them to be able to, pursue that, eventually we realize the outside world can't give us the love we're looking for because we're looking for the eternal unconditional love of the higher realms. And so we turn inward and upward, and we're like, there it is. We don't stop wanting love in the outside world. It just transforms. The more we find the love on the inside, then everything that you would give them would be above and beyond extra because they're finding their love on the inside. And it's a beautiful transformative relationship when that happens, because instead of a relationship falling short all the time because it can't give us what we're looking for, it becomes an abundant relationship instead. So I like this, that they're on this pursuit of, why isn't anything in the outside world filling my heart like it's supposed to? And it's like, well, because it's a lie. We're told to find our fulfillment in the outside world and define ourselves by it, but it doesn't, can't give it to us because that's what we are searching for. So I like that that is happening because it's positive here. Yeah, and the Eight of Hearts. So they are learning to let go of the emotions that don't serve them anymore, the echoes from their past, the relationships that don't serve them anymore. And so they are doing an emotional inventory and figuring things out. And that's good. It's a movement, it's a positive card. It's like they're not suppressing emotions, they are pushing out and flowing through emotion and transforming those that are coming in. Yep, Knight of Coins. So that's, it's a steady, a steady movement of the outside world. And there's this good, just remembering that we don't change from the outside in, we change from the inside out. So even though you may not see a lot of uh, indication of this in the outside world, just know that it's happening on the inside. It eventually makes its way out, but our emotions, our mind, our energy changes fast. Outside world takes time for all that to get out there, right? So a little bit of patience with that. Yeah, and we've got the Two of Spikes, the Two of Swords. So they are sitting at a crossroads, really contemplating, really thinking through things, which I like because they're not just willy nilly making decisions. They're really sitting with things, in especially with that Knight of Pentacles, Knight of Coins, just sitting with stuff and not making rash, quick decisions. They're really thinking through things and reflecting. So I like that kind of energy coming in here, that they're not just, you know, too bad, moving forward, bye. They're really thinking about stuff, which I like for them. Yeah. And then the Queen of Scepters, the Queen of Wands. So the Queen of Wands energy is, you know, both passion and emotional energies. But there is this, it's like a connection to spirit. It's like they're really trying to find themselves. And I feel like they're like really, I'm not sure where their spirituality is at, but it does feel like they're reaching out to like the universe, going, why? Show me, help me, with this energy coming in here. So I do feel like there's this, you know, awareness of things, that they're focusing on. But I like this super reflection. The Queen of Scepters is like someone who can connect to the higher realms and going, you guys have this big picture view of how we see the world. It's the eye in the sky, and we're going through this maze with these high walls, and we're having trouble. If we hit a wall and I have to go left or right, I don't know. We can go, hey, you understand which one's best for me. And so they're like going, help, universe, help, spirit guides, or whatever. They're really, really super reflective with this energy here. So I definitely feel like they're looking at what of the caterpillar experience they're running to let go and where they're headed, which brings us into the things they need to work on in order for you guys to come together, and then things that you can work on to help you guys come together. So the things they have to work on here, yeah, is their power of choice. And with the 6 of Cups coming in here too, which is, the 6 of Cups is childhood emotions that are battling out, and this power of choice with, um, the Chariot, is that, you know they've got to realize what of their being and their adventures in life have been rooted in old beliefs that they learned from their childhood, and to release that and realize that I don't have to think the way I always used to think, that every moment is a choice, higher vibration or lower vibration, from a place of higher love or a place from fear. I create the stories, I create the emotions, I create, what energy I put forward. I choose my physical actions. And I feel like there was so much pressure from their childhood and everything that they learned, and expectations and all that stuff, that's what like sucked the life out of them in their life in all these different areas. That's why I feel like they're in this super reflective period of trying to understand, what is a dream come true. I was told all this, BS is how they're looking at it, because I didn't feel fulfilled in the job and the education and money and body and relationships of all kinds. This is all supposed to fill me up. Why do I feel so empty? And I feel like they're learning that, wait a minute, there's something much more than what I've been told growing up. And they're kind of exploring that, trying to figure stuff out. Um, so they have to really come to that conclusion, and the realization that there's two sides to every story. The one that we were told growing up, that's rooted in fear, and this higher truth, that there's so much more than just this human, than that caterpillar, but that they're this butterfly. And so that's important for them. That's what they need to go through in order to be able to bring in a higher vibrational love, instead of doing what you guys always did and getting what you always got, right? You can't go back. We have to go up. And for you, yeah, and you're going through your own here. Yeah. The 7 of Scepters, the 7 of Wands, and the Hanged Man. So the Hanged Man is like a cocoon. So you're kind of going through your own cocooning experience, realizing that you don't have to shrink. You don't have to ask, like, you don't have to dim your light. You're like the sun. Shine bright. You don't have to ask permission to shine. You just be you and shine bright. And there's this, you know, transformation that's happening with you as well, um, in relationship to kind of the same thing that you're both kind of going through with all that, right? Where you're like, yeah, who do I think I'm supposed to be, should be, need to be, have to be, must be? There's this freedom that comes in with this where you're able to go, you know what? Um, what am I fearing, right? What am I trying to fix? What am I trying to control? What are all these expectations? And there's this falling away of a lot of that, through this transformation of the cocoon because the caterpillar really becomes caterpillar soup and it realizes what don't I need to take with me to become a butterfly? These things that weighed me down. And it's the struggle getting out of the cocoon that gives you this, this the wing muscles to be able to fly. It's the struggle getting out of the cocoon that gives you the strength. Otherwise, you'll have these wings and you have to walk like a caterpillar still. But this is about, this change, and the caterpillar leaves behind the cocoon. It doesn't throw over its back. It doesn't carry caterpillars. It allows the transformation of the other while it focuses on its own transformation. And then with butterflies, you guys could come back together. But as one person being a caterpillar and a butterfly, or vice versa, or staying caterpillars, you're just going to end up doing what you've always done and being where you've always been, right? So definitely there are possibilities here. Yeah, and your little um, fortune cookie is obligation that says, stop telling yourself you should. When you cater to others or to unnecessary expectations of yourself, you stop your flow of abundance. So, freeing yourself from all these supposed to, shoulds, and need tos, have tos, musts, really seeing what you're wanting to be in your life, where you're wanting to head, and that whether you guys do get back together or not isn't going to change who you are. You change who you are by becoming a butterfly. And if they become a butterfly, and at that point you're like, you know what? I'm going to go fly this way. You, with your transformation, you may not even want to get back together. Or if they stay a caterpillar, you're like, well, I got places to fly. I'm going to go seek nectar. I'm not going to eat these leaves. So there's this transformation that comes in here. And then I do want to give you a celebration of love oracle here, too, just to round out your reading here. So, what else? Okay. Yeah, awaken. Here's part of your cocoon. You actually have Archangel Gabriel, the messenger of God. So this image celebrates the calling we receive at one time or another in our life. It calls us to trust the divine plan by willingly and with faith walking this new path of challenge, knowing our triumph is assured like the phoenix rising from the ashes. Take a stand and make a commitment to dispel the negativity from an area of your body that holds darkness. Recall a bad circumstance that you've had and get in touch with your body. Where does the feeling settle when you think about the incident? And then send that area light and joyfully detach from it and turn it over to the divine to heal. Special message that comes with this card for you is choose the high road for a challenge you're currently facing or will face. Know that there is plenty of help for you. The Creator and the legions of angels and higher beings await your request for assistance. So if you feel like you're needing guidance and you're unsure of things, just know that you have a large host of beings of unconditional love and light that um, will bring you answers. They just honor your free will. They're already working on all the stuff you asked before you came down here, your honey-do list that you gave them. But whenever you're wanting clarity or direction or just reinforcement or encouragement, you can ask them to show you things of your own free will, and they will, and they'll show you that. So hopefully that helps a little bit there, Levi. And many blessings to you. Hang in there. And again, thank you so much for your donation. I really appreciate you. Hey, Shanji. No, I had not gotten to yours yet. I just finished with donations. And so, for anyone who are one of my YouTube channel members, which of course you are, and with their green, with the badge, I will complete their free reading now, which are like 1 to 2 cards. And then if anyone that wanted a free reading, I won't get to any of those in this session. I'll be back tonight. But if you want to make a donation, I'll still honor those and complete them in this session. Otherwise, we'll be back tonight at 6 p.m. Mountain Time, and then also tomorrow at 11 a.m. Mountain Time. And for tomorrow's on Sunday, it's a special where whatever readings I don't get to in my 2-hour session, after I go spend time with my Praying Mantis members and eat, I come back on and I finish out all readings from that session. So if you've been trying and they haven't gotten to you, make sure to, you can try tonight or for sure come back tomorrow and we'll make sure we get messages for you. All right. So let me just take a look here. We did that one. We did that one. So Sean G, you're actually up first. So you want to know, is your design going to close the breast cancer awareness deal for you? All right, let's take a look here. Let's see what Spirit wants you to know. All right. So there is a possibility that it does here. You've got the mage, which is the magician, and the 10 of scepters, the 10 of wands. And both of this talks about wherever you focus your energy is what grows and expands here. So if you have and focus on like the gratitude around, you know, um, the design and you know the joy, the celebration, you know, the higher vibration, that's what transforms things, right? But if we're focusing on the fear and we've talked about this before, right? The our energy, whatever like attracts like. So if we're focusing on, you know, gratitude to spirit and creator for, you know, all the steps, everything that's happened, everything that's unfolding, and even, you know, if this is for my highest experience, you know, thank you that this is going to close the deal and that it allows us, you know, to move forward in it. But it's all about the energy of what we're putting forward. If we're, you know, it's not even so much faking it till we make it. It's about sincere gratitude over, you know, the designs and all those kinds of things that make a transformation that come in with that. So it definitely feels like there's, you know, the power is in your hands, but with the 10 of wands, it's about being aware of where we're investing our energy and how, and really owning where we're placing our energy is the important message that comes through with your question there. So I know it's not a yes or a no. It's all depends upon where you invest your energy. It can, or it could not, depending. So I always love those answers. Are they intentionally trying to irritate you? No, just kidding. All right. And then Nelia, your free reading. You want any messages from your guardian angel? And I feel like I want to pull here from the Archangel Oracle for you here. So let's take a look here. Yeah, I got Daniel with divine discernment. It says, trust in the messages within. They are divinely guided. Ooh. So trust your intuition, trust that those messages. Daniel's mentioned in the book of Enoch as an angel who watches over 200 other angels. And like Uriel, he's associated with the energies of light, fire, and the sun. His name means God is my judge, and he is therefore dedicated to helping us align our life with justice and truth. With the help of this powerful angel, we can use discernment with regard to challenges and decisions. Discernment is a deep inner knowing of the answer or the next step when it comes to a life decision. Call on Daniel to help you make the best decision for your pathway ahead. Additional message he brings is right now you have unlocked the ability to make a judgment on a particular area of your life that requires a decision to be made. Whatever comes to your mind in this instant is the issue that the angels are bringing to your attention. What you feel you need to do is absolutely what you need to do. You may be wavering because you lack trust in what you're feeling, or because there's parts of you that are struggling with the truth that you need to embody. But your archangel guidance is to trust your discernment. When you take the first step, the next step will become even more apparent. Step by step, the divine is guiding you. So trust in your ability to assess the situation and make a judgment. Angels are helping you with it now. Boom. I love it. Powerful message there. So that's what they have for you, Nelia. Many blessings, and thanks for your donation earlier as well. Right. We did those. We did those. We answered that. Good. Just making sure I'm not skipping anyone here. Boom, 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 boom. All right. And then CJ. Hello, hello, welcome. Came in just in the nick of time, so you'll be my last one here. Unless anyone makes a donation, I will complete those two, but that's the last here. Hey, so you'd like a general reading for next week. All right, let's take a look here. So for your free reading here, we got one, and actually give you three. All right, so let's take a look here. What do we got going on? All right. So it's like you start off the beginning of the week kind of hermiting here, kind of to yourself, kind of in your own little world, which is all right because you have the Four of Spikes, the Four of Swords, which is, there's this peace of mind and this rest and relaxation. So it feels like there is this call for you to kind of take it easy the first half of the week ish and spend some time reflecting, spend some time just, seeing things from a different perspective, stepping out of the chaos, taking a big deep breath before you're making any decisions. Um, because then the week kind of just speeds off here with the Knight of Scepters, the Knight of Wands, the fastest moving knight out of them all. So it feels like the week starts off slow and steady, and having you kind of step back, and then it's like midweek because you've been able to step back and you're in this place of peace and calm. You're able to make decisions, and then boom, boom, boom. It's all about standing behind the decisions, putting a lot of energy and movement and making it happen. So it's important to plan and to reflect at the beginning, like the kind of the first 3 days of the week. And then day four, it's like, all right, let's go. Let's get going and invest the energy in it and make things happen. So I like that energy. It's like some good advice in there on having that go forward. All right. So hopefully that helps there. That's what they have for you, CJ. So many blessings to you. And apologies to everyone else. I didn't get to any of the other free readings besides the donations and the for my YouTube channel members. So I've been on for almost 3 hours, so I'm gonna close this session. But if you'd like to join me tonight at 6 p.m. Mountain Time, I'll be back. Or tomorrow on Sunday at 11 a.m. Mountain Time too. On Sundays, as I was saying earlier, I do things differently on Sundays where whatever readings I don't get to within my 2 hour window, after I go spend an hour with my Praying Mantis members and eat, I come back on and finish all free readings. So everyone makes sure to get a message from Spirit during the weekend. So if you've been trying, you can try again tonight. And if not, for sure tomorrow, I'll make sure you get messages as well. And if you're interested in becoming one of my YouTube channel members, I have 2 levels. I've got the Zen Cricket, which is $2.99 a month. It gives you prioritization in these sessions, and I always make sure I get all their messages completed. Um, and then on Wednesday nights, I have 2 hours of free readings for all my YouTube channel members, so you have access to that. My Praying Mantis level is $7.99 a month, and in addition to everything the Zen Cricket gets, including prioritization during these and the Wednesday night, we have Thursday nights with just my Praying Mantis, which is 2 hours. And then on Friday and Saturday nights after my sessions, we have an hour, and on Sundays, we have an hour too. So we do have um, those sessions, and we go deeper into things too. In my Praying Mantis, well, we always have oracle readings. We do past life readings. We read books. We study, talk about astrology, all sorts of things. So if you're interested, there's a link down below there. Hey, Yasha. No, I didn't get to any of the free readings in this session, just my donations and my YouTube channel members. But I'll be back tonight at 6 p.m. Mountain Time and 11 a.m. tomorrow Mountain Time if you're interested in trying to get a free reading during those sessions. All right. All right, everybody, I'm going to go eat. So many blessings to you. Remember, every second of every day of our lives, we truly are eternally and unconditionally loved by the Mother and the Father of all things, our Creator. And of course, I love you too. So until I see you guys again, enjoy the rest of your day or night, wherever you're at in the world, and much love. Hang in there. We'll talk to you soon.